Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Vision Unleashed 10 Breakthroughs Shaping the Future of Computer Vision. I'm Ramesh Iyer, and today we are on episode 5 Rendering Reality, where we dive into neural radiance fields, nerves, and how a simple multi-layer perceptron and volume rendering brought photorealistic 3D synthesis to life. As always, I'm joined by Dr. Sukant Khurana. Great to have you here, sir, again.
Thanks, Ram. NeRF, which is Neural Radiance Fields, is one of those ideas that looks almost magical, training on a handful, of photos and then synthesizing entirely new viewpoints with stunning realism.
Exactly, sir. So let's start with the core concept. Before NeRF, 3D reconstruction often relied on point clouds, mesh fitting, or voxel grids, methods that could be brittle or require dense sampling. So NeRF instead represented a scene as a continuous function, like given any 3D point or view direction, an MLP output density and color. Pair that with differentiable volume rendering, and you can train the MLP so that rendered views match your input photographs. How did that strike you the first time, sir?
I was blown away by the elegance. No explicit geometry, no handcrafted voxel hierarchies, just a small neural network learning to encode shape and appearance implicitly. You feed in camera arrays, right? Sample points along each ray. Query the MLP for color and density, accumulate via alpha composting, and compare against real pixels. The whole pipeline is end-to-end differentiable.
Yes, sir. So actually, like when I tried Nerf on a set of 20 smartphone snapshots of my living room once, and within a few hours of training, like I could spin around the scene virtually, even peek behind furnitures. So the realism was uncanny, like, with accurate lighting gradients and soft occlusion boundaries and also. So that was just amazing.
Exactly, the level of detail, capturing fine textures and view-dependent highlights, was unprecedented. But Vanilla Nerve has trade-offs. It trains slowly, and real-time rendering is out of reach without major optimizations.
Exactly. So that's what leads to innovation, I think. And similarly, here this leads us to the next wave of enhancements. So let's talk about the mip-NeRF, which addressed the aliasing and level of detail issues when rendering at various resolutions.
Yeah, mip-NeRF introduced conical frustrums instead of infinitesimal rays, integrating over a small cone region. This multi-scale integration reduces aliasing when moving close to or far from surfaces. The result is smooth anti-alias renders at arbitrary resolutions without manual filtering.
Exactly, sir. So that's the major advantage of mip-NeRFs. And I saw a demo where a drone capture landscape was rendered at both wide angle and zoomed in views seamlessly, thanks to mip-NeRF's continuous filtering, I guess. So no jagged edges or shimmering artifacts and all. So it was like just perfect. So next up
Yeah,
is
next.
bar bundle adjusting neural radiance fields. So one limitation of
Sure.
NeRF is that it requires precise camera poses to get the radiance or the rendering exactly. So BARF jointly optimizes camera parameters and the radiance field during training, making it robust to imperfect pose estimates. So how significant is that, sir?
Huge. In practical scenarios like handheld captures or casual video of an archaeological site, you rarely have ground truth poses. BAF starts with rough pose initializations and refines both the MLP and camera extrinsics together. That unlocks nerve style reconstruction in the wild.
Exactly, sir. So that helps when the poses are not like very, very much good. So I basically used BAF on a set of tourist photos of a heritage monument. Even though the image lacked accurate GPS or IMU data, the model converged to produce a coherent 3D rendering. You could walk around virtually. So that was also again a wonderful usage that I had personally experienced myself of BAF. And finally, there also is the instant-NGP, the turbocharged NeRF variant. So by using a tiny, hash grid encoding and a shallow MLP, it slashes both training and rendering times to like around seconds per scene. Don't you think so, sir?
Yeah, instant NGP is a game changer for interactive use. Instead of hours, you're looking at under a minute to obtain real-time renderable model. It uses multi-resolution hash tables to represent spatial signals efficiently, then trains three-layer network. After training, you can navigate the scene at 60 plus frames per second.
Exactly, sir. So that's where the speedy things comes up. So I demoed instant NGP in a VR headset, walking around a scan room with dynamic lighting. The latency was imperceptible, and I could even place virtual objects in the scene for mixed reality experiences and all. So, what do you see as NERV's biggest impact beyond peer research, sir? Like, what's the next step?
Yeah, that's sort of very good question. Two areas stand out. First is cultural heritage preservation, scanning historical sites with a few images and generating interactive 3D tools that historians and public can explore. Secondly, AR, VR, right? VR is very big creation, simplifying asset generation by just photographing real scenes instead of manual modeling. I think that's really big. Although it may have come just there for the second round because Meta tried it bet big on VR. I don't think it paid off fully, but I think before they are pulling off, now these new things are coming out, which can fundamentally transform things. So I think in AR, VR, it's going to be big. In the second generation AR, VR.
Exactly, sir. As you rightfully said, I think these innovations would help them a lot. And moreover, that in film and gaming also, virtual set reconstruction has becomes like streamlined. Directors can capture like real locations and immediately integrate them into virtual environments. Something like that we actually see in fantasy movies and all. So for researchers looking to get started, so according to you, what are the key considerations that we have to keep in our mind?
Begin with small scenes, objects on a turntable or a tabletop setup. Get familiar with sampling strategy, along raise and positional encoding. Then experiment with mip-NeRF for aliasing and BARF for uncalibrated captures. If you need speed, transition to instant NGP implementations that often come with friendly code bases.
Exactly. So that's a great advice from your side. So thanks, Dr. Sukant, for getting us through nerves evolution. Next up on Vision Unleashed, we'll tackle the segmentation problem. So we'll come up with a segment anything, exploring foundation models for zero sort segmentation. So I think you won't be able to miss that. So looking forward to you, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, like, and share. I'm Ramashaya signing off. See you in episode 6. Bye.
Bye.